Hey everybody, so today we're going to be reviewing the House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return exclusive for the Wii.
So this is a game that was released in 2008, and it's actually a compilation game of, House of the Dead 2 and 3. So this includes both the original and the arcade versions of both games. And even though it was advertised with the Wii Zapper a lot, we played it with a perfect shot, and it works just as well, and it's still a lot of fun.
It actually feels like you're in an arcade when you're using the Nyko perfect shot.
Yeah, because either way, the controller still rumbles every time you shoot, so that's really cool.
And it feels really good when you're pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
So it feels like a real arcade light gun.
Yeah. So these games are light gun classics, and if you've been to the arcades, then you've probably seen them and or played them. The gameplay is typical light gun fare too. It's basically just shoot anything you see that moves.
Except this is not really a light gun game. It's more, it uses the sensor bar.
Yeah. It's a port of a light gun game. So the graphics in this game, they are dated, but that's okay because these are straight ports anyway. And while some may say the voices in this game are bad, like really bad, we actually like them because they're just so bad, they're good.
Help me! Gary, let's... What?
Thank you for rescuing me.
It's just, I really enjoyed saving civilians who are about to die, and they just, come and say, thank you for saving me.
Yeah.
Or, just, really weird, robotic voices. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and another thing too is that while they have American accents, they're still driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, it's so weird. I noticed that right when we started the game, I'm just wait, if they're talking with American accents, why is the driver driving on the left side? Because they were if you know how in America we have the cars, if you live in America, how we drive on the right side of the road, if you don't know that. So I'll stop talking about that right now, because this is not a driving lesson.
Okay, so the sound effects in this game, they're also pretty good. You got the zombie moans and the gun. Again, it's really satisfying to shoot because you have that sound effect right when you press the button. And yeah, and this game is really meant to be played with a gun add-on. If you don't have one and you're planning on getting this, then just get one with it, or just borrow one. You just need to play it with a gun add-on. Otherwise it's kind of
wimpy, and it makes you less amazing.
Yeah, this game is they're really trial and error. If you get a game over, you get hit too many times, the game's over. You can't start over. I mean,
you start from the very beginning of the entire game and start all over again.
And that's how it was in the arcade, and that's how it is here. And it's not too big of a drawback as you may think it is, because every time you play, you actually get a lot better. And we noticed that even after 10 minutes of playing.
I noticed that the first time we went through, we died, we went to pretty far in. We thought it was pretty far in, and then we died. And then we're oh, this sucks. We have to start from the very beginning. It's going to take so long. And it actually took 2 minutes to do the entire thing. It was just amazing how fast you get really good at this game.
Yeah, and another thing I like is that whenever you get a game over, usually you start over, and it tells you, oh, you get this much more credits to start with from the beginning, or this many more lives. And that is really good motivation for trying to play it again, because, So, the controls in this game. Basically, just B is shoot.
That's really all you need for this game, since it's on-rail shooter.
There's literally nothing else.
Yeah, really, it's just point and click.
Yeah. So, one of these games, House of the Dead 2, has a training mode where you save civilians. And you do that in the main game too, but this is only saving civilians, and it's sort of like a mini-game. And you get better at it over time. And then House of the Dead 3 actually has a time attack mode. So those are good for coming back to. Now, when comparing these two games, they are pretty different. House of the Dead 2 feels a little more classic and arcadey. Like you feel a little more like you're in an arcade. And then House of the Dead 3 feels more modern.
Because since most arcades have more older games in them, they don't really make arcade games, like new ones in the US very often. They just have like the ones that are kind of old from like the 1990s and stuff. And so that's like, since I really like, when I was little, I would go to the arcades and I would like play these older arcade games like House of the Dead 2. So that's why I feel like feels more like an arcade game than House of the Dead 3.
Yeah, and House of the Dead 3, it also feels more explosive. Like, you carry these shotguns instead of, like, pistols in the second game. You carry these big shotguns, and they reload in, like, a second.
It's just like, you just shoot them, and half of their body comes out. That's one of my favorite parts of this game. You could literally, with just about, in House of the Dead 2, more than 3, like, you could just, like, shoot somebody with a pistol and, like, half of their body just flies off.
Yeah, the violence is just so over the top, and that's a really great thing.
Yeah, this is, like, an amazing game, especially since it's a port to the Wii. They did a great job on it.
Yeah. So I'm really glad that Sega actually decided to bring back these classics, and it's kind of sad because on-rail shooters are kind of a dying genre with games like Modern Warfare 2 and Halo coming out. So I really hope that some people will like this and enjoy it.
But really, this is such an awesome game. Like, I prefer, like, I've played Halo and Modern Warfare, and I prefer this game. Like, really, you won't have any trouble, like, knowing where you're supposed to go at all, and then plus, you're shooting, like, zombies and, like, mutants and monsters. Like, how awesome could that get? And also, it's just, if you like retro, sort of like arcade stuff, you will definitely like this game.
Yeah, another really, just a random fact, something really weird we noticed in House of the Dead 3 is that while you're playing, there's this zombie that comes up, and I swear, he looks exactly like Guile from the Street Fighter games.
Yeah, like, I noticed it, like, I think we might have both noticed it, but I was like, when I saw it, I'm like, wait, is that guy from Street Fighter? Because he has, like, the same hair. It looks like he's wearing, like, the same clothes, and he looks like an army zombie. But I'm wondering if that was on purpose or just complete accident. Like, maybe they got permission from Capcom. Can we use your character in House of the Dead 3? And it's just really weird that they actually have that.
Yeah, like, I'm just kind of wondering if that was in the original game. So, while we did enjoy this game, both of us, it is an acquired taste. And if you never really like gun on-rail shooters, then this game probably won't change your mind. But if you do get it, then again, make sure you do have a gun accessory, because that's a really great thing to have.
Yeah, this game is best played in co-op mode, and means like you play with a friend. And one of the things that I'm kind of mad about, not really mad, I just thought they could have added this in, was the Wi-Fi mode where you could actually play two-player with another person online, and then maybe you could use the Wii Speak to like talk to them or something. I don't know. It just seems like a really cool idea.
Yeah, this is a great game for like teamwork.
Yeah.
So that's our review of House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return. Hope you enjoyed.
And happy gaming. Oh yeah, one more thing. This game is rated M for mature, so remember, if you're under 17, you cannot play this game. Just kidding, you totally can.
Damn. Let's do it. Yes, sir.
There was nothing you could do. Gee, blood.